Hello everybody and welcome back once again to Growers Farm. So far I'm absolutely loving the map, like I knew I would do. Hopefully you are as well. If you haven't watched the series yet, then I do recommend going back to episode number 1 to see the progress so far. There hasn't been a huge amount of progress, but we have been working in the 2 new fields which we purchased in episode 1, and well, we've almost finished the second field. The first field was wheat, which I have drilled. The second field is the grass field, which I'm currently doing as silage. So I'm just going to go and put this away in here. I think I might keep the whole tractor parked in here as well. Is that too low? It's quite a tall thing, this windrower. I'd hate to clip the roof. Very close, but there we go. It's fine in there. And yeah, the situation with the trailers, which I was messing around with in the previous episode. I've decided the Joskin trailer is going to be the best one for us to use. I think, in hindsight, if I was to do this again, I would actually go back and I would not use the forage harvester. I would just use a loading wagon. But of course, I've already bought it, so it would just be a total waste of money to go back on what I've done. But you learn from your mistakes, and it does actually allow us to do something a bit different, because I have used the loading wagon many times before, and although this is slower, it's still very interesting to use it. So yeah, obviously my trailer has disappeared because it has been sold back to the dealership, and we do already actually own the Joskin trailer, so we're going to go and pick it up from the store. The reason why we still have more money than the previous episode is because I did sell the pickup truck, as I'm going to replace it with a European truck. Currently, well, at least it was a very American styled pickup, which didn't really suit the map very well. But I can fully understand the reason why it was put in the map in the first place. It's because it is one of the only pickup trucks that you get in the base game. You get the two, the newer one and the older one, and obviously one of them had to be chosen, both of which were not European. So yes, that is the reason why they just had to be one of those pickups. So I'm going to have a look around on the different mod sites, try and find a vehicle which is going to be suitable for the map, a get-around vehicle. I was kind of considering a Unimog though. Obviously a Unimog is not really a pickup truck at all, but it is much handier if you're wanting to use it for agricultural purposes, because it's sort of, well, it is a tractor, isn't it really, a Unimog, but it's also not a get-around vehicle. It's a bit too big and slow, although it's not too slow. So anyway, we don't have to base this fully on real life. After all, it is just a casual let's play. So we get back to the field and we will resume the silaging. I thought it best not to do a live stream on that, although I do want to do a live stream on something else very soon. Come on, let's get moving. Good job I'm not following this car forever. We're going down here. And here we are back in the field. So as you can see, we do have a lot of grass left to pick up. If this was multiplayer and we were doing with several different tractors and trailers and different foragers, it would still be, I would imagine, a 10 to 15 minute job. With this machine filling up the trailer in no time at all, I think it's going to be close to an hour, surprisingly. It doesn't look like it is, but when you put into perspective with the carting involved, it does seem to be that long of a job. Which is why I did recommend or suggest a live stream, but yeah, I've decided against that. Right, floor it. We've got to get this field done. Come on, tractor. You can't keep up with the speed forager. You have to be able to keep up with the speed forager. Is it actually going? Oh, it's going too slow. I might have to put the head distance. There we go. That should get it going. And it should be able to reach. I did already estimate this and it was low enough. So there we go. Good. Putting the head to 15. Possibly 20. That is going to become an issue when turning. Come on, keep up. Maybe it's a bit too close. I don't know. But, yes, it shouldn't be an issue. Although it is an issue. Well, I do need to time-lapse some of this, but I think the majority will probably just be cut out of the video. And then I do also need to set up the courseplay on the silage pit, because somebody has to compact this. I probably could do it myself because it's not a huge field. In fact, the size of the machines is making it feel like a big job than it actually is. But yes, it's still going to be quite a job. Right, so as you can see, the pit is now filling up very nicely. We have 145,000 litres in here, but it's only 31% compacted, and that is just because I've been driving over it to unload. So if we get into the John Deere just over here, I was going to sell the John Deere, but this actually might be a very good job for it. I think when I do sell it, it's going to be replaced with a wheel loader, which is obviously not a direct replacement. It's a completely different machine, but I do need to get a wheel loader at some point. So for now, we can definitely make do with this, because all we're doing is just driving backwards and forwards. Anything can do that. But if it was, a much bigger pit, we might have to use a buck rake. And certainly when it comes to emptying the pit, unless I use a conveyor belt or something, I will be using a wheel loader or telehandler. So yeah, what we're going to do is a backwards and forwards course. So I haven't done this since FS17, I don't think. I'm going to have to try and remember exactly how you do this. I usually get it wrong to begin with. So if you wanted to learn something here, it's best if you don't watch this video. Yeah, I think what we do then is go to about here, hit backwards, reverse driving, and then we reverse. And I need to make sure that I end up behind the starting point. If I get this right first time, then I'm going to be impressed. Drive course. Now if I've got it right, it's going to drive forwards and it's going to go backwards, and it's going to repeat the process without stopping. If it stops at all and says worker has, I don't know, fallen asleep because of inaccurate instructions, then we'll know that I've done something wrong. Wow, it actually worked. But will it repeat the process? That's another thing. If it does work, then yeah, if you wanted to compact your own silage pit with course play, that's exactly how you do it. You'll have to re-watch the video, which I've just recorded. If you go back a bit, you'll see it again. That's if it repeats the process, which it is doing. Very nice. So all we have to do is leave it to it, and I can head back over to the Forager and get the next load. Now I have already realised that my estimation of an hour is probably quite a long way off, because this new trailer is really good. It's such a big trailer, really. It's 31,000 litres. The previous trailer was 21,000 litres, which was still really good, but it's amazing what a difference 10,000 litres makes. Also, yeah, I'm struggling a little bit with the follow me on the machine. It is just because the two machines, well, the trailer and the Forager, don't really match. It's a completely different scale. A modern large trailer with an old Forager. Really, we should be doing this with some incredibly small trailers, such as the Farm Tech, that sort of thing. But we don't have time for that, obviously. If we were doing multiplayer or something, that's what we'd be doing with. Plenty of those. That's what suits this machine. But as you know, I do need to get the job done, so yeah, that's the reason why I'm doing it this way. So it may be frustrating. Just deactivate that. There we go. It was just keeping a little piece of text on the screen. Yeah, so every time I turn, it does take a little bit of time just to get the trailer to go alongside. And in the process, we do lose a bit of grasp, but yeah, when the Class DLC is out, we're going to be upgrading this for the Class Jaguar, which is, of course, a fairly substantial upgrade. But they're both nice in their own way. So we have 5 or so more swaths. It's going pretty well. Okay then, so things are going very well. I think we probably have a maximum of 2 trailer loads left, possibly even just this one. The John Deere is still going, even if I did crash into it accidentally. And yeah, things are just, they couldn't be better. It means that as soon as I have finished this, we can just leave the John Deere to compact the final little bit, it should be pretty much 100% compacted now anyway. And then we can put the cover straight over, the blanket as it calls it, and get it fermenting so that in the next episode or two we can get all that sold again. It's going to be a fairly fast turnaround, I can imagine, because there isn't going to be that much. I think it should be able to compact and ferment very quickly. I have also noticed we've got this piece of grass on the headland which has been missed, so I will get that at the end. I think, yeah, almost certainly there's going to be 2 trailer loads. One full one and probably one half a trailer or something. But we will see. Let's just get this over to the other side. 3 swaths. I think it tends to be around 2.5 swaths to a trailer load, so yeah, it's going to be 2 loads. This is where it takes a bit of time. You just got to wait for the trailers to come alongside because of the reach of the pipe height. But once it's aligned, it actually works really well. And there we go. It's great. Yeah, so we're going to be ploughing this field, I think, next. I think that's going to be the next job to do. We are, well, I say ploughing, yes. I'm going to have the mod installed which allows you to use a cultivator instead of a plough to create a new field. So we'll just use whichever cultivator we have, unless it is a very small one. If it's like a 3-metre cultivator, I won't use that because it will just take too long. But that is the plan. We're going to turn it into an arable field. We're going to put potatoes in, and then we're going to use the potato harvester from a previous video that I did, the 9-metre working width harvester, and it should be good fun. It shouldn't even take too long to do. I'm hoping just to do the whole field in one episode. The other thing is this forage is actually really fast. So fast, in fact, the tractor can't keep up with it. It is a 9 mph working speed, which I think is unusual. I think it's usually about 6. So it's a good little whiz around thing. Speedy thing. Yep, so just 2 swaths left and peas at the top. I reckon it will be halfway down the swath to the right when it's full. Oh, going too fast again. Keep up, tractor. The modern machines can't keep up with the older stuff. Although looking at this, I might be wrong. It's going to be a very sharp turn for it. It's not going to get halfway, I don't think. It'll be close, but not halfway. Although, having said that, I might have been right to begin with. Not that it really matters, but yes. It's about halfway, isn't it? About there? Almost halfway. I'd call that halfway. And we're still going. Still filling up. Oh! We're full. Right. So that is going to be another 31,000 litres to add to the ever-growing pit. And I really don't know how much it's going to be worth, because we're not running seasons, so let's take a look here. £257 per 1,000 litres. It's not great, actually. But there is going to be quite a bit of it, so it's like sugar beet and potatoes. You get a lot of it, it's not worth a great deal. Whereas in 15, was it FS15? Silage was just worth an absolutely crazy amount of money. But it was fun. I think it should still be worth quite a bit. Hello, hedges. So yeah, next episode. I think we are going to feature the converting of the field to a ploughed field. But that's not going to be a very big job, so there's going to be something else to do as well. It might be to put the potatoes in. In fact, yeah, I might. I think that'd be a good idea. Get a worker to put the potatoes in behind me, doing the cultivating. But even that probably won't take too long. I wonder if there's a mod which allows you to have an even wider potato planter. I don't know. It could get a bit crazy. I'll take a look. If there is, I would be very inclined to use it. Although, to be fair, there is a potato planter in the game, which is quite big anyway. There you go, John Deere. Something for you to play with. It's going to be like climbing a mountain. Yeah, well, that's its job, get it compacted. If it can climb back over it, but yeah, it does seem to be doing that absolutely fine. Good work. That is why you use the buck rake, of course, to help level it out, instead of just driving up a sheer mountain of chaff. Right, let's get things wrapped up over here. Get this mess tidied up first, because the tractor is on the correct side for it. It means changing the side over. There isn't too much anyway, to be fair. It's just a piece that was missed, and it would be a waste not to pick it up. Because it is still going to accumulate to be a few thousand litres, I would imagine. This is the majority of it. So once I have picked it all up, I'll jump out, take a look in the tractor and see what it's showing. And everything which it shows is from the missed bits. So if I had just said, oh, I can't be bothered with that piece, this is what we would have missed out on. 2,717 litres, so probably that'd be about £600 or £700, which is definitely worth picking up. Oh no, I need to turn left. Go left. Go left. It's going to be tough. Go over there. Trying to get a follow me worker to turn left when you've got it set to be on your left. Oh joy. You go over there, do a big loop, don't crash, and come back alongside me. We'll try that again. Maybe this time we can keep things moving without destroying a windmill. Poor windmill. And then, yeah, it will be the field completed. So actually, I keep going back on what I've said, but I did say an hour, and I have been recording this video for pretty much an hour. I know I have been stopping and starting and stuff, but quite a bit of that must have been working in this particular field. So I think that is everything done. It is. So we're going to tip this, and then we can call it a day. Once I have put the cover over, I need to get it fermenting today as well, so that we can have some progress for tomorrow. I like the stone wall around the entrance to the farm. Okay, so here we are. I'm just going to try and put that in front of the John Deere so it can try and level it a bit. It's never going to be perfectly level because I have been having the tractor drive on exactly the same spot every time, but although, yeah, you don't get a very even surface, it does still compact it all, which is good. 86% compacted, so we finish off with a very impressive 216,444 litres, which is going to be, at the current rate, a fairly good figure. I'll just try and calculate it for you. I think it's about £56,000, I think. But my maths has never been a strong point, so yeah, I'm just going to say I think. It's the safest way of doing it. So anyway, just let that complete. It's not going to take too long. She must be quite bored by now, because all she's done all day is go backwards and forwards on exactly the same spot. It's quite a skill. But thank you for your very hard work. I can congratulate you on mastering first gear. Oh, and reverse gear, of course. Okay, that is ready to be stopped because it is now 100% compacted. It does help if I actually stop the driver. There we go. And yeah, that can just be covered over. And then I think it's usually about 2 days until we can open it up. But there we go. Not bad from one field, one fairly small field. It's not going to be a money maker, it's not going to be a profit, that's for sure, but it does at least allow us to benefit from what was growing on the field before we ploughed it in. And of course, yeah, the Forager is going to be used for other jobs, so it's just really deducted money from the value of the machine. So it's cost us less money, essentially. But there we go. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, see you again soon. Bye for now.